Yeah. Hi. Welcome to Table Talk Friday, a D&D podcast. Three guys are going to talk to each other and give their advice and opinions on Dungeons and Dragons and whatnot. If you like the show, make sure to follow them on whichever podcast service you prefer and come back every single Friday for another upload. Or episode, whatever you prefer to call it. Have fun, I guess. Bye. Yeah, ta-ta. Bye. Yeah, see ya. Bye. Bye.
Okay, Drew, you might notice that I look a bit scuffled today, a bit, what's a good word? A bit tired. And that's because, well, don't mind if I get a little bit explicit here. I'm gosh darn sore from yesterday. I finally finished the race. I did it.
Okay,
13 miles, 31 obstacles. I passed 30 of the 31. I missed the spear throw just like I said I would.
Which is crazy because I feel like you were practicing. We talked about the whole bring your own spear to the race thing.
I know. I ran 12 and a half miles with a spear in my hand just to throw and miss.
That's rough. That's rough. But did you at least have a 30-foot movement speed, you would say? For
absolutely. Absolutely. My throwing distance, at least 20 feet.
That's pretty good. Without disadvantage, I'd say that's a win.
Yeah, so I missed, but that's not the important part. I was talking to Chase earlier about an experience I had like 10 miles into the race, right? Because I got seventh place, not what I was looking for, but it's okay enough. And I had an experience where I am about 10 miles in and I'm like, oh, feeling pretty good. This is nice. But I'm getting a little crampy because half of this course is all sandy. So I'm running through like sand up and down these hills and, I'm using my calves a lot. It's hurting. I'm like, oh, I'm getting kind of sore. And I'm 10 miles in and I have to jump up to a bar to do a couple of little swings. And I do this jump and I get the worst cramp in the world on my left leg, like bad Charlie horse. And this isn't one that I can just like stretch out on my own, like flex out my toes and all of a sudden it's gone. It's like so bad that I have to use my other foot, like cross my legs and use my other foot to pull the cramp out so that I can continue to do the obstacle that I'm doing. So I push my toes back and I'm like, there we go. It's not cramped anymore. I do the obstacle. And then for the last 3 miles of the race, I had to walk because I couldn't. If I started running, they would both my legs would cramp.
Are Charlie horses still like common for people? I feel like I have had one in years. And also, why are they called Charlie horses? What was it? Some guy named Charlie that had a horse and then he hurt his leg?
Oh, it's from the movie Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Yeah.
Oh no, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, you don't remember the horse from the beginning of that one?
The horse, I think it was in the elevator when it flew through the ceiling, right?
No, that's the glass elevator one. No, that's the sequel.
I was thinking the wrong one. My bad.
But yeah. So today's the aftermath. I'm extremely sore. My back hurts. My legs hurt. I'm tired. But we have a big session tonight that I'm very excited about. So I'm excited to play some D&D in a little bit.
Well, you say it's going to be a big session. We might all just get arrested.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy. Chase, how's your weekend been?
It's been all right. I had a Friendsgiving yesterday. It was very nice. Had like a non-traditional Friendsgiving where we didn't just have Thanksgiving stuff. We like made a point to do something differently because we were all going to have Thanksgiving stuff later in the week anyway. So we had like some D&D cookbook inspired stuff, which was fun. Yeah, then that was kind of it.
I think the only thing I've made from that D&D cookbook is I made there was a like wood elf salad in there that I made for a Thanksgiving one time, and I did pretty good. And guess what? Nobody in my family likes to eat on Thanksgiving. Salad. Nobody wanted salad, and I was like, okay, so I guess it's me and my sister that are going to eat all of this because my sister knew I made it, so she ate some, and then I ate it because I knew I made it and I wanted it.
You're not talking about regular salad, are you?
No, so it's like a salad and you take a bunch of like, as far as I remember, take a bunch of like fresh fruits and stuff. You even buy like edible flower petals and put in there like to make it very, very wood elfy. I was living with you when I made this, so you should know.
I don't recall this. This sounds like a fruit salad with flowers in it.
Yeah, I bought all this stuff. I cut up all the fruits fresh and threw them in there. It was really cool. I enjoyed the salad. Now, is it something I'm going to frequently eat? No, it tastes like wood elf salad. I don't want that all the time. But it was pretty good. Like, I would make it for another gathering just because it looks very good and healthy for you.
Does it give you, like, elven type of stuff? Like, do you feel like your dexterity went up, or you could do like the hide in plain sight thing?
Yeah, absolutely. No one talked to me the whole rest of the day after that.
That was because he was hiding behind some shrubbery in the corner and had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, nobody. It's like no one saw me. It's crazy.
I think the only salad we do at Thanksgiving is like the pasta salad, which is really just a bunch of noodles and cheese and dressings, which really isn't a salad at all. It's just
It's a salad.
bowl of goodies. It's kind of.
In the same sense that like America is a tossed salad,
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's fine.
You guys haven't heard this?
I've never heard of this.
So you know
before.
how they call it like a melting pot?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, my
I see,
teachers would
yeah.
always be like, actually, that analogy doesn't work well. It's more like a tossed salad. Like, you don't mix everything together. In like a melting pot, everything combines. But this is like a tossed salad. It's all together, all different people coming to the same place. That's what they would say.
That's pretty progressive.
Yeah, no, they were
Sometimes
cool. They were
Or-
cool.
You get some good like lettuce pieces and
region.
carrots, and sometimes you're stuck with some croutons. I got you.
And then
Okay.
all the songs
say
that
croutons
refer
like
to
that.
now all the songs that refer to a melting pot don't work because it's just not. It doesn't work like that.
I've been to the melting pot in a while. I think last time I went was like several years ago for my birthday. The little place where you like put the little
Fondue.
little melty. Yeah, that's what it is. Fondue.
That's the word, fondue.
Dip stuff in chocolate.
We've been
A little melty stuff is
We've been
what I
talking to-
prefer.
We've been talking about that because often when we go on like dates and stuff, we'll go get Korean barbecue and hot pot because there's like KBBQ places around here and they're really, really good. But I was like, man, I've never had like a fondue place like the melting pot, and I would like to try it at some point, but I can't. Like my love for the Korean barbecue places is so way up here. I'm like, take my $35 to come in, please. I want to eat. This stuff's so good. I don't eat the whole.
$35.
It's $35, all you can eat, and I basically just get meat the whole time. I'm just like, bring out these 6 meats for me, and then they go and get it, and then I'm like, all right, bring out these 12 meats for me, and I find the sauce. You find the sauces you like. You can go up to the bar and make your own sauce. Oh, also something that's really fun for the two of you who love to drink. You love to drink.
Love
Oh, yeah.
They do these really cool things. I don't know if you've seen it in any anime or show, but they do like sake bombs and soju bombs. That you have
Yeah.
the little shot of soju or sake. You take it, you drop it into a cup of beer, it splashes, and then you drink the whole thing in one go. And they're so good. Like I went there one time and I got one, and me, Gabby, and then our 2 friends were there. We go, I order one, and I'm like, all right, cheers, buddy. We click our things, and I drink mine completely. He sips it and goes, I don't like this. You drink it. And so I had to have 2 of them back to back at the same time, and I didn't drive home.
Hey, that's good.
Okay. That's probably why I got that Charlie horse in the race.
Yeah, well, that was a long time ago. That was like 6 months ago.
You never know.
The Charlie horse, I think, was due to running in sand, and then on top of that, I only brought 1 of the little energy gel things you take with you, and I should have brought 2 just to refill electrolytes. And it was my own doing, but I had a good time, and that's all that matters.
I'm glad you had a good time. I am looking
Well,
forward to Thanksgiving next week and having 2 days off.
Oh yeah,
Nice, yeah.
yeah.
I want to do nothing. Well, besides Thanksgiving, but other than that, I want to do absolutely nothing in those 2 days and just sleep. I'm
Well,
gonna finish
sure,
Legend of Korra. Is what I'm gonna do.
You don't have 2 days off every week?
Shut up.
Are you sure going to be okay with those 2 extra days? Are you sure you're not going to like try and clock in and like drive to work? Just be like, oh, I'm restless.
If they'd let me get that overtime, I'd be clocking in.
You show
no,
up
you
to
won't.
you show up to work and just sit outside like, I'll be here today. You get on your laptop and connect to the Wi-Fi.
Like a midnight release, you're like, one of these days they're going to let me in.
One of these days it's gonna be time. Drew, oh my god, I think about this sometimes. I want to know if you remember. I don't know if you came with us when I took you, and then now they're married and have a child, and we didn't hang out with them after freshman year, Eric's.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it was you and the 2 of them, and we went to the midnight release of Pokemon Sun. Were you with me for that?
yes, because we showed up and they were doing a flash freeze mob thing.
Yeah.
But I was pretty twitchy at the time, so I was like, I have Tourette's, I can't do that. And then he just like made a weird face and walked away. Like was uncomfortable with it.
Ableist asshole.
Dude, it was I remember going to that And I think back to it sometimes and I go, no one but me wanted to be there, but everybody came with me.
Yep.
Like, I think about that often because I'm like, why did everybody say yes to this? I was going to go whether people came or not. I just said, hey, do you guys want to go to this? I'm going to get Pokemon Sun at midnight. And everybody came with me for no reason.
It was either sit back and study or go sit in a parking lot with a bunch of strangers for about an hour at a GameStop.
Yep.
So that's what we did.
I only remember getting the game. I don't remember any of the stuff you're talking about.
I never played the game. I didn't play anything past Diamond, and I remember going with you and thinking, oh, this is that Pokemon game with a lion on it. And That's what I think to this day. It's like, yeah, we went to get that lion game.
That lion game is
That lion
wild.
game.
That's crazy.
And I still play that 3DS to this day. Same 3DS.
Playing Battlefield on it.
I played Battlefield on it. That was cool. That was fun. I think Drew and I talked about that a little bit in the last episode, though, didn't we? No, that was
I think
off
we
air.
talked No, yeah, it was chatted in Messenger that we were complaining that Messenger's not going to be on the laptops anymore.
Yeah. Did you know this, Chase? We were talking about it in the last thing. Drew had me fully believing, we're going to correct this for the last episode, that the Messenger app was going away completely.
Okay.
And because
I'm
he
fake
told
news,
me,
I'm sorry,
he
Drew.
told me live on the podcast on the last episode, he goes, yeah, they're getting rid of the Messenger app. And I was like, oh my God, okay, well, I guess we're all switching to Discord for like permanently. And next thing I know, well, I look it up yesterday. I was like, okay, maybe I should actually like fact check my friend here. And so I was like, is it actually going away? Because I was about to send a message in the chat, hey, just so you know this is happening, we need to move over. I was just about to send that message, and then I was like, let me fact check, make sure. I check, it's just the Mac and PC app that's going away.
yeah.
The Android, iOS apps are staying, but if you want to use Messenger on the computer, you have to log into Facebook and use it there, which, to be fair, Drew, I never had the app on my computer, and if I ever used it on my computer, I did open up Facebook. So I am no longer on your side when it comes to that. I'm like, oh yeah, I get that. You can shut it down.
I have it open right now on my laptop, ready to go. And when we have the session running, I will have it open, ready to go.
That's crazy to me. Why? So just, riddle me this. Why not just have it on your phone?
I could, but I don't have my phone. Like right now, I don't have my phone within 10 feet of me. I don't have it.
Oh,
Right here?
it's not like right here?
No, I don't. I check my phone. Oh,
What are you
not
going to
there.
do when you get an emergency call from the Grinch and he tells you Christmas is canceled?
Well, wife Eric is in the other room, so I'm hoping she would come in and be like, hey, yo, the
Christmas
Grinch
is-
is here. We gotta go.
Christmas is
You know.
canceled.
We haven't gone through our Grinch emergency plan. Like we do the whole
Yeah.
earthquake thing. We get into the table,
Right,
like
right.
stay with the window. We haven't done the whole Grinch situation yet, which is important because you'd think this time of year we would be doing that.
Oh, we've got
But
that
we may-
planned.
See, I'm not ready. You guys are going to survive, but I'm probably not going to make
Do
it.
you want to know what it is?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no. See, I this has been our plan for forever. I didn't just come up with it. So get that out of your
Of course,
get that out of your gutter brain. So what my emergency plan for the Grinch, right, is you have to fill up the bathtub with hot water. The Grinch lives in the cold, very top of a mountain. It's freezing.
true.
He only
That's true.
has his own fur to go off of. Hates getting it wet. It's canon. Look it up. Ask ChatGPT. I'm sure it'll lie to you. And you fill up your bathtub with super hot water. You get in, cover yourself in that hot water, cover it up. And then
Bathing.
this no. You cover yourself in the hot water. And the second you see the Grinch, you go for that hug. You go for it. If you hug the Grinch, he teleports back to his mountain. It's canon.
Yeah, it's it's
Uh-huh.
both
Okay.
kindness that hurts him,
Yeah.
and it's all that water that you've covered yourself in. When you pick up a unit of water and you just attach it to yourself, yeah, you'll have like 7 units of water just
That
running
makes
around all-
sense.
Yeah,
Okay. No, I'll have to do this. I was thinking the bathtub idea was terrible because it did not work in I Am Legend. Spoiler alert. But very different scenario. We'll keep that off to the side.
The other option is actually steaming your entire house. It's kind of like a layer. If you steam your entire house, like open up the bathroom door, turn up the heat all the way, and let the steam roll out into the house, it'll work. It'll go away.
I feel like alternatively, what you could do is you could have Pat show up at the Christmas one-off and play Cindy Lou Who with a Boston accent. I feel like
That'll do it.
That may push the Grinch away. Just throwing it out there.
That'll scare him. That'll scare him straight.
Me and Chase are giggling, and I don't think anybody has visual of this, but your cat is just zooming by.
Oh
behind
my
every once
God.
in a while, like a dart.
They're going crazy. So Shinx actually is just walking along the floor around the room all over the place, and then Haunter's like running place to place, darting, being like, "Are you over here? What are you doing over here? I'm out here now." That's how she is.
Just teleport around. It's fun.
Yeah, no, it's no problem. Okay, so let's jump into our topic for the day. Welcome to Table Talk Friday. Today we're going to go over house rules a little bit, both ones that we are experienced in and some that we've heard of. Now, I can kick us off with my favorite house rule, one that I use every session, and that is our Nat 20 rule. We use what's called the Perkins crit. Drew, why don't you explain the Perkins crit?
Yeah, so for a regular critical hit in D&D, so you have to roll a 20 on a D20, and then what you do is you just double your dice. It's just a regular, it's how it's supposed to work, right? So if you roll like a D6, you roll 2D6. Problem with that is that if you roll 2 ones, your critical is now just a below average regular hit. It's kind of bland. Versus this Perkins crit, whereas you max out what your damage die or roll would have been, and then roll it again. So, for example, just to make sure I'm clear, let's say you're doing a d6 of damage, right? If you crit, you would do 6 base, and then roll a 6 on top of that. So even if you roll minimum, you're dealing 7 points of damage, which is higher than you could possibly have rolled previously. So no matter what, your crit is cool.
And so we started doing this in Zach's Curse of Strahd campaign in college. Before that, I only just used regular crits. I didn't change anything around at all. But Zach was watching Chris Perkins DM his Curse of Strahd campaign, and he got this from him and used it for his own Curse of Strahd campaign. And I love it so much more than a regular critical hit, because when that nat 20 is rolled, you know you're either fucking someone up or you are getting fucked up.
No, absolutely. You asked me to explain it for a second, and I hesitated. I was like, "Wait, do I know the regular way it works anymore?" We've played with this homebrew rule for so long, as far back as I can remember, and it's just better in every way. I mean, you could run the old rule for sure, like maybe it's your first time playing or whatever it may be, but I just can't imagine why you wouldn't want to run this much better version of this rule.
Chase, I am curious. You play at tables that aren't just ours.
Mhm.
What rules did they use? The Perkins crit, or they use the original crit rule?
Perkins as well.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
that's so good to hear.
Okay, so this is a widely accepted thing. I was thinking it was maybe just sort of a niche, like it's just Perkins and us, and maybe a couple of the people that have adopted it. But it sounds like most of the tables we know use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a testament to that last sentiment that you said about, that if you're rolling it and you crit, some serious damage is about to be done, and the vice versa. If it crit is against someone in the party, some serious damage is about to be done. Like it helps establish like a thematic like through line to be like, oh no, these are respected. Because if you just have a bunch of crits that are like you said, like rolling 2d6 and getting a 3, you're like, oh, okay, well that crit happened and it should have been a big moment, but it kind of wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it helps. It also helps with stakes to be like, this fight's not going so well. And the crit happens, you're like, oh, okay, hold on, now we've got a fighting chance. So I think,
And it cooks that steak.
yeah, and then it cooks that steak, and then Minecraft.
I can't tell you how many times when we played with Lanky Eric, we would get a critical hit and I would roll like a 1 and a 2, and I would go, why did I even need to crit? Why I shouldn't have rolled my dice at all.
Yeah.
I should have just taken the minimum anyways. Because it happens so often, almost never did it feel as satisfying as it could.
Yeah,
No, it's true. Something similar type of rule as far as modifying what a critical roll does. I've heard of, and I think we may have tried it once or twice in the past, where when you roll a d20 or a critical hit, natural 20, instead of doing the maximum damage plus a roll, some people actually do effects. Like maybe you're slowed by 10 feet, or maybe you have some sort of critical wound, right? Where, I don't know, your dex checks are a disadvantage, or maybe you're blinded for a couple turns, something like, it's a strike to the face and you can't open your eyes, something like that. I kind of like the vibe of that. I don't know if a lot of people use it though, or if they would even want to, just based on the fact that the damage is just so much easier to roll. Just roll it, you're done, easy peasy. There's less creative juice that you got to put into it, less charts or tables you have to roll on. But I like the idea of it. I'm not sure how you guys feel about it.
So one thing I like about that idea, right, is sometimes you get a critical hit on a hit that doesn't matter. So like you're a rogue and you have, I don't know, let's say you have enough levels to do a second attack, an offhand attack. Right? So you're a rogue, you get up close, you get your sneak attack in and get your regular sneak attack, you're like, yeah, I got him. And then your offhand attack, you swing in for that, like, I don't know, that measly 1d4 damage or something with a dagger, and you crit. And then you're going to do maybe like 5 damage at the max with the Perkins crit. So instead, you give them the option, hey, here's an effects table. Choose one or roll is probably a good idea. I would probably only do one of the rules, though. I wouldn't do like, hey, you can choose between an effect or the Perkins crit, because you're always pretty much going to choose to do the most damage. I would say it would probably be a table rule for me. Like, all right, we're doing like case by case. We are doing the effects table for this campaign or whatever, and whether it's you choose the effect or you choose the effect or roll for it. It's kind of up in the air. There's obviously, like, being blinded is a lot better than having your movement reduced by 10 feet, though. So I think I would almost say, hey, here's 10 effects. You can choose which one you do, but you have to describe it to me in a cool way. Done.
That's true. That's true. I feel like the effect should take place based on how they described it in some capacity, right? So if they described it like, oh yeah, I shot him directly at his shoulder or something, like maybe it's disadvantage on the next strike. Or yeah, I shot him right in the face with my arrow, like, okay, well then maybe they're blinded for the next turn or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And that way it also pushes the players, if you're running this type of effect, to really be descriptive and incentivizes the idea of, this is cool, let me make it really cool and fun for everybody.
Yeah, no, I'm down with the idea, but I'd rather just have the Perkins crit. Like, to be honest, it's so much easier. It's so much more flavorful in that way. Yes, I do hate it whenever I'm playing, and when I cast a cantrip that's only going to do like 1d6 damage, and I crit on it and go, well, I guess I do an extra d6 on top of that. Yeah. But yes, I hate it when that happens, but likewise, I love it when I cast Firebolt and crit with it as a wizard, and you're like, oh, I'm just going to use my little cantrip because I don't have a spell slot I want to use right now. I'll cast Firebolt. You cast Firebolt and do 30 damage because you're doing like your 3d10s, and you're like, oh, that was like if I had cast an almost max damage Shatter.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I like the effects, I think, less for like a role and it being more situational. I guess it's still homebrew and rules, right? There's one time in our previous campaign, I think it was Descent into Avernus, where at one point Patrick's character, Varys, I think his foot got dunked in lava or acid of some sort. And then instead of taking, like the 85 points of lava damage he would have taken based off the book, I think his speed was reduced. So we had to like carry him out of the dungeon. I don't remember what the situation was, but I liked the call that his movement was slowed on that instead of just burning him alive and Perkins critting, destroying him.
Yeah. Sometimes I gotta have sympathy because it's the same character that double tapped a guy that was down thinking that he would just stay down. Yeah, I'm just gonna say this for the audience out there. I had a really cool NPC. His name was Jabaz. And Jabaz. And my buddy Patrick, one of my best friends in the world, this is what he did to him. The whole party was like, okay, we need this guy out of the way so we can sneak into this bathhouse. They knock him out and put him down on a massage bed. Done. That's the end. That's all you have to do, right? You just have to knock him out and put him down. And Patrick's like, I want to go over and make sure he stays knocked out, so I'm going to hit him again. And I said, okay, like, how do you hit him? Oh, I just like whack him one more time in the head. And I was like, okay, so like, do you do anything else? And he's like, no, I'm just going to hit him. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, he's a monk, he's strong. Patrick walks over, he rolls the die, he hits him, and he hits him really hard, and he just double taps him and kills him. Because I was waiting for him to say, like, yeah, no, I just want to, like, kind of, make sure that he's fully under and do non-lethal damage. That's what I was looking for, is more like a, hey, I'll hold back so I don't kill him, obviously. But he wasn't. He was just like, no, I'm going to hit him, like, really hard.
It was like a spa too, right? I was thinking maybe you could put like a pillow over him and like punched it, like it would have softened the blow or something.
Sure. I guess
Something, I don't know.
Anything.
anything would have worked, honestly. Okay, well, Drew,
Okay.
you have a list of house rules that you were kind of looking at, and then I know Chase, you brought to the table that you guys use some stuff that's a little bit separate. So I'll let you guys trade off on what you've got, because I don't really have many other house rules I use except for like in character creation, which I guess we can bring up later too.
Yeah, no, I'm cool with that. I have a couple, Chase. I'll pull one up if you want to lock and load yours next.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The one I want to bring up right now is I've heard this get tossed around, but I've never seen anybody actually utilize it at their table. Maybe there's some, people that put their games on YouTube or whatever it may be, some high D&D influencers that use it. But what I have heard is that people use potions as a bonus action. So instead of using your action to drink a healing potion and then, I can't attack, or I had to heal. Instead, you can still attack or cast a spell, whatever you want to do with your main action, and then bonus action that heal, or whatever effect it may be, right? I love this. I think it's great. I think it incentivizes the use of potions. And frankly, as someone who's been playing for years and always has the bag of holding just chock full of 70 healing potions, you get to that last session, like, oh yeah, just drink them all. I want to be incentivized to use those things, and I absolutely would use them more if this happened. And I know for a fact I would, because in our last campaign, I got a potion or a belt of potion storing.
Mhm.
And because it became my bonus action, I did drink extra spells as that character. So I love this rule, and there's another twist to it, but I kind of want to hear what you guys think about this one actually putting into the table.
I'll let Seth go first.
Yeah,
because
so
I
I've talked about this before, but this rule itself actually got really popularized from Baldur's Gate, because in Baldur's Gate 3, you can use a potion as a bonus action.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like all the time in that game, I've got 6 supreme potions of healing in my pocket, and I'm like, oh, I got hit by an attack. Cool. I'll make my 2 attacks, and then I'm going to use my bonus action to heal all the way back up to full. I'm good.
That's busted.
I'm popping those things like no tomorrow in Baldur's Gate. So yeah, you can do that in Baldur's Gate. And I also love the rule. I think it's a great idea. Now, we don't use it currently because, frankly, I don't need you guys to be any more powerful than you are.
Yeah,
you guys are already so strong that if someone is low enough or needs the potion in the heat of the moment, I want you to use your action to do it.
No,
That's fair.
That's very reasonable.
At a table of people who are all playing together, like maybe when I'm doing this start playing game, I'll tell them that they can use a potion as a bonus action. I think at every other table it's going to be okay. You guys? Nah, I'm going to leave it how it is. I'm going to leave it right there how it is.
And that's very fair. I was going to be like, oh, come on. And then I thought about it. And when we don't put foot in mouth, absolutely fair. I forgot that the other table that I play with does this.
Okay.
This didn't come. Yeah, this I wasn't thinking about this. I think we do something else, and I'm interested to see if it's the extension of what you think of what you said earlier. But yeah, we do this. It doesn't come up all the time. It mainly comes up with one of our characters has what's the horn? What's the tankard that you can drink for? It's like it's a tankard that restores HP. It's like
I don't know. I decanter of endless water. I got that.
Yeah, there's it might be. I think it's homebrewed to be a horn, but I think typically it's like a stein or like a tankard or something. It's basically just a potion if you put beer in it.
Okay.
So he quite frequently is like, oh, bonus action rage, and then on a later turn, if he takes a lot of damage, he'll use a bonus action to drink that potion, quote unquote potion. But he's really the only one that does it. The one that does come up is something else, and I'll let you speak about the second part of this first, because I think they overlap. But if they do, I don't want to steal your thunder. But if they don't, we'll circle back.
Okay. The twist on it is that if you use an action to drink the potion, you can get the full effect of that potion. So let's say you drink a potion that's going to heal you, a D4 of health, right? You could bonus action and do it normally. But if you commit and use your whole action to do so, you will restore the full 4 hit points.
Oh, that's a lot.
So it's like critting critting the heal, if that makes sense. And maybe this applies to other potions too. I guess I'd have to think about it. But as far as healing is really, I think, what it's intended for.
Well, I like that for
dig it.
me,
I think
but I
it's cool.
dislike it for you guys.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I
Oh.
mean? Like, if I had it, if I had it, I'd be like, ooh, yay, I can use my potions really well. But then at the same time, being the DM of the campaign that I'm a DM of, no, I want you guys to struggle.
Yeah, totally fair. And you know, as a player, most of the time, you hear me. I say this just about every game. I wish I had less health. You know, it immerses
Yeah.
me more. You know, and so I also hate this rule as a player.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
don't like living at the end.
Bad
so,
bad
you know, I
stuff.
want to make sure. Yeah, exactly.
That is that we do play with that part as well. And again, it doesn't come up a whole ton because we're not throwing back potions. But I kind of like it. Again, I with discretion, because you'd have to balance combat with that in mind, which may be tricky. I've not heard of I don't have personal experience with it affecting other potions. Usually just healing potions. But I do like it for the sake of, like, thematically, if you buy a potion for, what's a healing potion go for? 50 gold?
Like 50,
Something like
20,
that.
25 or 50.
If you're buying a potion for 50 gold, you're buying a potion that is, you know, it's a lesser healing, or you're buying a specific potency of potion. So, like, sometimes it could be like, oh, I'm going to use this potion. Oh, I rolled a d4, I got a 1. I'm like, okay, I still get the modifier from it, but, like, the potion isn't less potent. And I took my action to drink the thing, so where did
Right.
it go? But you know, it's 6 in one, half dozen the other. You can either, like, word it or think about it that whoever made it just made it less potent, or if you do the role where you dedicate your action to it, you're being more careful to make sure you're drinking every last drop of it, and then the way you get the full effect.
I don't disagree, because I think that changing the rules and balancing around potions is a good idea. Given that, as at a lower level, yes, that 2d8 plus 2 can, or 2d4 plus 2 can be beneficial, but when you roll and you only get 4, that stings a little bit at level 2 or 3. You know, level 1, that's a lot of health. But at level like 2 or 3, you're like, well, just wasted all of that to get bare minimum health. I don't hate the, like, okay, you can use a bonus action to roll, use an action, and you can get the average automatically or something like that, you know?
Oh, okay.
Like, now you don't have to roll, you can automatically take the average or something. Or, like, instead, just to make all potions fair, be like, hey, you can roll or take the average, like you do with health. Like, when you level
Yeah.
up, you can roll or take the average. I don't hate that either. Just being like, hey, all potions takes an action to use, but you can either roll or take the average of it.
I think that's a good way to, yeah, I think that's a good way to look at that, because you're right. Like, it's not, oh, I have a potion of supreme healing 44 plus, or potion of healing 44 plus 4.
Greater is 44
Greater.
plus 4.
Sorry, new player. Where it's just like, oh, here's just 20 health back.
Right.
Feels a little weird for you to be like, I'm just not going to hit something for this turn, and instead I'm going to get all of my life back.
But like 13
But
health, reasonable.
Yeah. But yeah, I do like having more respect, especially in the lower levels. Obviously, this doesn't matter that much when we get into upper levels, because we typically have some sort of, like, restorative magic. But putting some respect on, like, this is a healing potion. This is 50 gold worth of money. Like, commoners don't have this.
This is a month of
This
someone's
is a big
salary.
deal to have. Yeah, this is a big deal to have this in your hand. And so to just do it and be like, oh, I feel like I took some aspirin. It's like, well, that's not, that's not really what this is. But yeah, I think averaging is a good way to look at that.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I dig it. I don't know if I'd implement all of these in all of my games. I think I'd like to try it, but I do like being able to bonus action a potion
That's good.
at minimum. But
See, my minimum is
I
just
can
saying,
beat up.
hey, potions, you can take the average if you want. That's how I kind of feel. I personally, for our home game, I think I might implement that in the future of like, hey, you can either roll or take the average. I don't care which one. And that sounds good to me.
I mean,
I
it does
like that.
simplify things.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, outside of the potion rule, Chase, is there another rule that your table uses?
Yeah, it's in talking about averaging, they also like to roll for health, so we could talk about that one. I choose not to. It was a choice provided to me, and I was like, or we could talk about flanking, one that we're not.
I'm
that you
pretty
two
sure, isn't that in the player's handbook that you can roll or take the average on leveling up, like with health?
I was.
No.
Don't ask me. I'm not.
When I made Schmidt the Monk, my first character, I was told you can either roll for your health, it's this, and it's just your hit die that you roll with, or you can take the average. And I was told by no means do most people ever do the roll. And then someone we know did the roll and lost health because they had a 6 constitution. And so they rolled a 1 and lost 1 health on their level up.
That's very.
Did the DM call it that they just don't gain any, or did he actually
No,
have
they
to
lost
lose it?
1 health.
Oh my god.
And they died.
We were level 1 and they rolled really poorly, so they had 1 health.
Well,
They
no, so
leveled
I
up to
think they were
2,
level.
and they-
I think they were level 2, and then they leveled up, and he lost 1 health, and so then they were just stuck at that much health, and then the next session after turning level 3, they died.
Mm.
I would want to sit down and do the math, because the idea that if you did this let's say you had a horrible constitution and this happened to you several times in a row, the rule is that if your maximum hit points hit 0, you die. So has there ever been, or could there be, a
No.
situation in which you just die from leveling up?
I
No
don't like the
way.
implications that your player character is getting sicker.
Getting sicker and sicker and more feeble over time. It's like, oh, you hit level 8? Yeah. I mean, you level up, but just make a new character because he's dead.
Yeah, no, you're
That's
level
just
20.
basic
You're level
level.
20. You can cast Zeta Flare, but you do die like Donald Duck.
Oh,
So yeah, I'm not a big fan of that one. I mean, I don't know if it's in the. It very well could be in the book. We've never used. I've always just used the average, because it's it's a risk versus reward. It's like, oh, you could roll an 8 and you could max roll and get a little bit extra, or you could just have 3 less HP and just guarantee. And so for me, it's like, oh yeah, if I'm getting a meteor swarm cast on me, that 3 is not going to mean anything. I'm okay missing it. What realization did you have?
Well, so we were talking about getting lower hit points, and I started going on like a brain blast journey here, and I just ended whenever I made that face. And so my brain blast was a character concept for a crazy one-off or even the Christmas one-off, right? And now let's go on this ride with me. You're like let's say you're like a pillow monster or something like that, okay? You're a pillow
Okay.
monster.
all right.
You have 1 hit
Alright.
point. You have one singular hit point, but you have accounted for every scenario in which you can take damage, and all you have is protection spells. So you've got shield ready to go. You've got every form of evasion. You've got the shield master feat. You have you're a level up enough to where you have evasion as it is. Just accounting for every single scenario. DM tries to make you fall, you have feather fall ready to go. Just every single scenario in which damage comes up, your AC is as high as possible, you've accounted for it. And you have 1
Bonkers.
singular hit point.
It's like what's that monk subclass? Long Death?
Oh yeah, Way of the Long Death. That one's
It's like
crazy.
Long Death, but more frustrating, because like theoretically the DM could get through that and you could take damage. Whereas Long Death, you just are like, no, you wave it off.
Yeah.
So like theoretically, you could deal damage to this pillow monster, but you're not going to, and it.
Yeah.
You're just gonna keep throwing stuff at it, being like, all right, well, it's walking around, I guess.
It's such a funny idea.
I didn't have a pillow monster in the Christmas one-off, but I'm adding one now. So there will be one in there. The capacity is going to be in there.
And you
Okay.
can't damage it.
No,
it
absolutely
has
not.
1 hit point.
The only other thing I want to mention on rolling for health is I've seen, as a fan of Critical Role in the past, I have seen where I think they always roll for their health, but they reroll 1s. Or maybe 1s or 2s, but I think they reroll 1s, which I guess is fine. It mitigates the risk, but to Chase's point, I just don't see why you would take the risk of rolling for your health. Just take whatever the health is. You're good to go. Okay, cool. So let's jump on to another one here. We were talking about kind of bonus actions, just action economy. This one kind of stood out to me. I've heard of people playing with casters and being able to cast several spells in a turn.
Okay.
So this rule specifically, it was spells of level 2 or lower don't count against the 1 spell slot per turn rule.
Okay.
So using this, I think it mitigates it so you're not casting like Fireball and some crazy bonus action type of spell, or if there's some sort of bonus action swapping ability, right, with thinking Sorcerer's Quicken spell. But general example of this is I'm a big Cleric player. I could cast Guiding Bolt and Healing Word on the same turn. Two
Okay.
first level spell. I think it's strong-ish, depending on what combos there are. And I think that's where the concern lies, is there's definitely a spell that I'm not thinking of that's a bonus action or something you can make a bonus action, cast them together, and it's just the most lethal thing you could possibly do in one turn when it should have been 2. Or even several turns, because it would have had to get your turn again to build off of that.
So here's how I think about it. I think it really depends. Like, the people who should use this are at tables where there's going to be multiple encounters per day without resting, right? Because in this scenario, you would be using up 2 spell slots at once on one turn. But if you're in a more cinematic campaign that is going like, all right, one day we do all this investigating, we